I'm Dr. Kimberly George. I'm the founder of Feminism School, and I've been recording a series on what I see changing within the sport of gymnastics from the perspective of a trained feminist scholar who's watched and noticed and attended to the history of change and how change happens in a society. And I've done that from the perspective of thinking about how it is that people build movements to dismantle systems of injustice. And we're watching something really profound in the sport of gymnastics. In the first video, I highlighted how we have a new category of consent that Simone Biles has now given the very vocabulary of the sport of gymnastics. In my second video today, I talked about what it means that we have representation of women's gymnastics in their 20s, 30s, and 40s. This is no longer a sport that is just for girls. It's a sport that if you train in correct ways, you can do it for the long game. In this third video, I want to talk about one more significant change that I see as a feminist theorist happening right now in the sport, and that's the reclamation of joy. So many of us as athletes, as gymnasts, we did this sport because of the joy. It's an incredible feeling to do a giant or a clear hip handstand or a flight series on beam, to feel your body collaborating with physics in that way and to learn these skills. We do it for the joy. And then what happens in the sport of gymnastics, and it's not just the discipline and the effort and how grueling the effort is, it's the systems of abusive power that come in and steal our joy. When your joy gets stolen, that is injustice. That is a theft of a source of your life energy. You know, at the end of Olympic trials, you could see Jordan Chiles starting a spontaneous dance party. And for me, I was thinking to myself, this is the moment of regime change. And I was kind of in my mind thinking the Wicked Witch is dead in terms of Marta, that when athletes are inhabiting space in a way where they are spontaneously living in the energy of their joy, something feminist is happening. That's a really profound reclamation of your life energy. And I get it. This sport is hard, it's grueling, but I don't think any gymnast is against working hard, but we are against abusers taking away our deep joy in being in our body and being able to do this sport in a way that leads to our own happiness as athletes. And I like to draw attention to this issue of the theft of joy because in the sport, has been so many different kinds of abuse. And I think it's important to name that the theft of joy is itself abusive. So I've loved the images of Jordan dancing and being unafraid to show her joy. And I think that's also something that Simone Biles has brought the sport. So many other gymnasts and athletes wanted to bring that joy to the sport, but they were being systematically controlled and told that they couldn't bring that joy to the sport. So I think as we think about the transformations of the sport, let's not discount the power of reclaiming joy.